Okay, you got it coming up.
I started my DJing career, well, I guess from the 80s. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and very influenced by the turntablist of old school hip hop. So like groups like the Beastie Boys and Public Enemy that would layer their stuff, and you'd have like 15 samples and sounds on top of one another. I thought that was like the coolest thing. And even though like I still listen to old school hip hop, but rap as a whole I've kind of grown out of it. But I still come back to those old hip hop records, and I still listen to those actually to this day. And so when I started DJing live in clubs and skating rinks too, and also cosmic bowlings, because you know you gotta get money. I developed my style from that old school influence, and so I learned the beat mix. I learned to blend sounds together and songs together, and for an entire. Do you want to cut? We can cut because I got distracted. We can cut and start all over. Okay. And I really crafted my style off of that, and then now doing the mix, the pre-recorded mix shows for internet radio stations. It gives me a little bit more fine-tuning control because not everything's on the fly. And like if I had my equipment behind me, I could show you like my tracking music program where like I would literally have like 8 tracks of stuff playing at the exact same time, but it's gonna be a hi-hat from here and a scream from here and a beat from here, and it's just all these different layers, but together and doing what it is that I do, it sounds like it's all meant to be, and it's one song to the listener until the next song comes in. So after I was doing live DJing for a while, I was living in Cleveland, Ohio at this time, and I got the opportunity through a couple of friends of mine that to join this online radio station that was just up and coming. They were called nrradio.fm, and so I joined them on the basis of my friends, but I really only came in to start doing PR and kind of getting the word out. And I was doing Rocky Horror. I was on a Rocky Horror cast at this time, so I kind of used both groups and tried to intertwine them as much as I could. I had one play with the other and the other one played with the other. But then after about a year, I was like, you know what? I want to start doing mix shows again. I wanted to do what I do. So I submitted a couple of demos, and I had about 4 or 5 air. And then it got a great reception, so they got renamed as the Sunday Night Special, if I remember correctly. And then I was on NRR for like a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years, I think. And then I also kind of made my way into like a talk show host. We had a Sunday night show that was just full of debauchery and teleshots and everything else under the sun. And I co-hosted that for a while, and that gave me the talk show bug, and I created my own show called The Geeks Mob at Night, and that ran for 10 shows, and it was just a bunch of geeks talking, like kind of a roundtable discussion, and we covered everything from movies to music to, you name it, like whatever the hot geeky topic is for that week. But then there was a falling out, and then I met Barbara Sobel from her involvement with NRR, and I moved on over to Sobel Nation Radio, and because I really miss doing these mix shows, so I renamed it, called it the Time Warp, based on the obvious Rocky reference, but basically time equals decades and warp equals remixes, and then that's been going on for 3 years now, I think, and it's still going. And then I also did like just like a random, like more eclectic style playlist show called It Does Go Well with the Chicken, which I would do like demos and rock and new wave and just little goofy things like that. But the Time Warp's always been, the mix show, the DJ mix shows has always been the steady thing. And from station to station, I've always carried that through. Alright, so the Time Warp's gotten pretty popular, and I've actually picked up a new station. So the Time Warp, the Sunday night show is still the party, but I guess you can say I'm rerun on other stations now, syndicated if you would. There's a buddy of mine that I met way back when I lived in Columbus that I reconnected with my first year at MystiCon, in fact, named Sal Lizard, who runs his own little station, and it's very eclectic, and I was like, hey, my show would fit perfectly with yours, and now he's running me like 3 times a week now. So that's still going on. I'm still doing individual artist remixes. I've got some people that I'm working with. My buddy Brian Grotner, who lives in Chicago, he fronts a band called the Gossicles. A part-time live performer with them, but him and I have our own band called Keonic, and we had a song called Vaulted Beast that got released last year, and we're working on a brand new song that hopefully should be out within a few months, and we have more songs just kind of in the back burner, and I'm also working with other artists. In fact, I just got my 3rd album release a couple months ago with this Australian artist called Grow Flesh, and yeah, so things have been going, and really I'm just, pumping out the mix shows every week and just finding different artists to work with and remix their music and hopefully get an album credit down the road. So I'm here right now at MystiCon 2015, get ready to DJ Mark Davis's Bloody Desires and Sexual Magic erotic art show. That's why I'm dressed like this. But and then stuff like this just happens. In fact, let me turn up some music for you.
That's my name. That's my name.
Welcome to the Time Warp. Oh my God. I should release this film in front of a live studio audience.
Alright, hold on. There we go. Go whenever you're ready.
Hey everyone! So it's been a year since that was filmed at MystiCon 2015, and there's been a few changes over the last year. So I just wanted to take this time to give you some updates on what's been going on with me. Well, first thing is that I'm taking a hiatus from doing the weekly mix shows. I've also resigned from the radio stations that they were currently airing on. But I am, however, releasing archive shows on my website. But I am doing remixes and other musical projects. In fact, my latest remix and my latest album credit has been thanks to the Gossicles. My remix of Ultra Sweaty is on their Squid Remixers album. Also, Brian and I, as Keonic, are working on a new track. Actually, the same track that I referenced in that interview. But that will officially be released sometime this year. Also, the art show that I was DJing at, the Bloody Desires and Sexual Magic, I'm very happy to say that Mark and I put on Bloody Desires and Sexual Magic 2 just a few months ago, and then there will be a 3 the following year. Still the music director for MystiCon. I'm also now the cast director of our own Rocky Horror Shadow cast, as well as performing with another cast in the area. So that's about it, and I will catch you on the flip side. Later.